feast for young Marina, daughter of a wealthy merchant.
Not shiny enough. Too tacky.
Today is not a good day, it seems.
Mother, where's the golden jewelry that father promised? This is all for slaves.
I'm sorry, dear, but those pesky Athenians have banned your father from importing anything of true value.
Many merchants reacted like young Marina. Athenian interference in their daily lives didn't bode well with them. Corinth belonged to the Peloponnesian League and was an ally of Sparta. Thus, it didn't bode well with Sparta either.
So, along with Corinth, Athens also interfered with daily life in Megara. They kept them away from their many ports, which heavily impacted their economy. Both city-states were part of the Peloponnesian League, which Sparta was a leader of. In 445 BCE, both Athens and Sparta signed a peace treaty agreeing to keep out of each other's business. Even at the time of the signing, tensions were high. Sparta then saw Athens' actions in Megara and Corinth as breaking the peace treaty. Because of this, you can say Megara and Corinth were the triggers for the Peloponnesian War.
Athens wants to break the peace treaty. Athens is no match for our powerful army.
And so began the longest and costly war in ancient Greek history.
The mighty general Pericles, who controlled the Athenian army, was quite prepared for a long war.
He prepared lots of food for the people of Athens to live off of behind the strong, long walls.
Behind these walls that stretched from Piraeus to Athens, Athens was protected. The treasury was full, the Athenian fleet was strong. Victory will be ours! Alas, it seemed like fate wasn't on Athens' side. To Pericles' great horror, a disastrous plague hit Athens in 430 BCE. This was because of the cramped and unsanitary conditions.
The mysterious plague that attacked Athens in 430 BCE was very unexpected, and it wiped out more than 1/3 of their population. This contributed heavily towards their demise, and one reason for that was because the great general, Pericles, died because of this plague. This plague was mysterious because to this day, no known cause or modern diseases have been linked to this plague, and the victims will have very strange symptoms such as fevers, infected eyes, blood in their nose, sneezing, violent coughs, and they would die in 5 to 7 days. And to this day, there's no known cure.
Over the course of 27 years, both sides had small victories.
Sparta wanted peace after more than 300 Spartiates were trapped or taken as prisoners off the coast of Peloponnese. Athens wanted peace after Sparta gained an upper hand in North Asia.
When King Drasidas of Sparta and Cleon, leader of Athens, were both killed at Amphipolis in North Asia, there was a pause in fighting in 421 BC.
I, Alcibiades, will continue to fight the battle that my uncle Pericles left me.
So Alcibiades took over the roles of his uncle Pericles, and he became the new leader of the Athenian army.
After putting together an alliance in 418 BC, Athens once again attacked Sparta by land, but it wasn't very successful.
Then, in 416 BCE, Athens enslaved or killed the people of Melos, triggering Spartan interference.
Unbeknownst to Athenians, their next decision would be the turning point. They had decided to conquer Syracuse, the most powerful city of Sicily.
Between 415 and 413 BC, they used a large amount of their ships, men, and money on this expedition.
Syracuse was a complete mess, a total disaster. They used way too many of their resources, and it was just another thing that contributed to Athens' demise.
Alcibiades was a strong supporter and had the ability to turn the situation around, had it not been being charged with a schoolboy prank at a drinking party that caused him to be arrested. He was forced to flee to Sparta. only returning in 411 BCE. His return did cause the situation to turn around, but he was once again exiled after losing a small naval engagement.
So the situation at Syracuse from 415 to 413 BCE could have been saved by Alcibiades, but he was soon jailed, and to escape being jailed, he soon fled to Sparta for a couple of years before returning in 411 BCE to Athens. But unfortunately, he was soon exiled for losing a naval engagement. And after Alcibiades, Athens could no longer find another general, which heavily impacted their demise.
Sparta gained another advantage. Persia, who had been Athens and Sparta's common enemy, deemed Athens the greater threat and began to support Sparta.
In the meantime, Lysander, a Spartan general, also improved their ways to fight the Athenian naval.
By now, Athens was quite low on money for more ships, and by luck, disasters continued. A sudden storm after an Athenian victory in one of the naval battles caused the ship to be blown up and also stopped backup from reaching the over 2,000 men that ended up in the sea.
So you see, the final battle at Hellespont took place in 405 BCE at Aegospotami. The Athenians saw one last fleet on which they depended for victory. After days of maneuvering against the Peloponnesian fleet, the Athenian soldiers went to collect food for their lunch. However, they were attacked by the Peloponnesians, catching them off guard. Although Thebes and Corinth encouraged Sparta to kill the Athenians and enslave their women and children, Sparta spared Athens. We're depending on your fleet, the last fleet.
Do not worry, sir. We will destroy the Spartans at Hellespont. We will battle to the end with this last fleet of men.
The Peloponnesians attacked.
The Athenian ships were burned or captured, and all of their men were taken captive. Will their fate be like the men of Melos?
The Peloponnesian Wars ended with a Spartan victory.
We have won!
But what to do with the Athenians?
Kill them! Enslave them! They deserve it!
Thebes and Corinth both heavily encouraged Sparta to torment the Athenians.
I don't know.
Instead, they forced Athens to destroy their long walls, surrender all but 12 ships of their fleet, bow down to Spartan superiority, and submit to the authority of the 30 tyrants. These 30 tyrants were 30 men who were granted authority over Athens by Sparta, often ruling with terror, had exiled many of the citizens.
Someone take her away! She's dirtying the carpet!
Over 8 months, more than 1,500 men died. In 403 BCE, the exiles revolted against the 30 tyrants, and Athens was once again ruled by democracy.
Unfortunately, Athens never really recovered. While they did recover quickly from a brief interruption of democracy, they never held the title of a great power again.
All would come to an end in 405 BC.
Using a small naval engagement.
This was horrible.
Sparta wanted peace. Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry. Okay, I don't think this is working.
Are you gonna die?
Alas, it seemed like fate wasn't on Athens' side. To Pericles' great horror, a disastrous plague hit Athens. Alas, it seemed like fate wasn't on Athens' side.
Okay.
Alas, it seemed like fate wasn't on Athens'.